Hi Gemini, this is Tantric Tarot, and this is going to be your general tarot reading for the month of March 2019. So we are already in March, isn't that crazy? So Geminis, and I'm a Gemini too. For our overall energy, we do have the Five of Wands. Now, every single time I do tarot, it reaffirms my belief in it because we have been having the Five of Wands show up for the past 3 months now. So we are still in that Five of Wands energy. So what is the Five of Wands? Well, the Five of Wands is about strife. It's about conflict. It's about people not getting along. It's about dealing with challenging characters in your life, not being able to agree with people, not being able to come to a common ground or being on the same page with somebody. Now, what's interesting about this is you do have Judge clarifying this. Now, Gemini, you are being like the judge in your life when it comes to the conflict that's around you in your social circle, the conflict that you're dealing with. You are feeling like you have to be the peacekeeper at this time. And I'm honestly sensing here, because you have the judge clarifying this, it's almost like you're not going to allow anybody to cross you. You're not going to allow it. You're going to keep your guard up. You're going to keep your boundaries up. And you're operating from a place of value, from a place of self-worth. And this is what's going to quell this Five of Wands energy. And if you are dealing with people where you feel like you, in fact, have to be the peacekeeper, I am seeing that happening here. Now, right next to this, you do have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have merriment on top of this. So your luck is changing, Gemini. If you've been dealing with difficult people, if you've been dealing with conflict, this is about to change, and you're going to get a lot happier in general in your life, because this is in your overall energy. So your luck is definitely changing in your favor here, and this is going to make you very, very happy. Now, this is a major arcana, so this is a big life change that you are working on in the month of March, and it's going to lead to happiness. Again, I've said this last month, and I said this the month prior to last month. I'm sensing a move here. I'm sensing a physical move, traveling. Now, I know that not every Gemini is going to be moving or traveling in March, but this energy is coming through very, very strongly. And it's a repeating energy. So if you're not planning on moving, if you're not planning on traveling, I would at least keep that in the back of your mind, because it's the same energy coming up over and over again, okay? And me being a Gemini, I know that I'm moving, so that makes a lot of sense for me. But that's coming through extremely strongly. So, for example, you do have the Four of Wands here, which is completion, and you also have death on top of this. Now, this is clearly saying that you are putting an end to a completion in your life. You're putting an end to. I'm sensing here that there's actually a change that you're making when it comes to where you're living or your foundation. So where you are residing. The Four of Wands is about your stability, it's about your structure, it's about your home, and you're putting an end to this with the transformation card. So there is definitely a closing of one door here, right? There's a full circle happening, and you start off the month like this, and then you move to the Eight of Wands, and you have journey on top of this, so that makes a lot of sense. You're closing one door in order to open another here. And again, travel, journey. And with the Eight of Wands, that's also a journey. It's also a travel card. The Eight of Wands can definitely symbolize long distance travel. So for example, getting on a plane and crossing the sea, crossing large bodies of water and going to another country, that kind of thing. It doesn't have to be, but it's a big move and it's a big change here. That's what I'm sensing. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, I'm not moving, this is metaphorically saying that you are, in fact, closing one door and opening another here, and you are, in fact, moving forward. So for those of you who are not necessarily planning on moving, you're still moving forward. The energy is still going to be true for you, okay? And right next to this, Gemini, you do have the Emperor. Now, you do also have Capricorn here. You have the Devil. So for some of you, you're dealing with an Aries or a Capricorn, or both. But with the Emperor here, you do have message on top of this. Now, I'm sensing here that you are going to receive communication from somebody who is like the Emperor or who is like a Capricorn to you, okay? And what I'm sensing from this person is you've been waiting on communication from this person. This person is a very difficult character to deal with, because this person seems to be coming through as very defensive. And I'm also sensing here that there is a certain aspect to this person or to this relationship where you feel like you are emotionally tied in a way that's not necessarily healthy, because you do have the devil here. You also have officer on top of this. So I feel like this person has a lot of authority, or they carry themselves with a lot of authority. And I feel like this is actually a difficult character, because you end with the 10 of Swords. And that's definitely a mental energy. The 10 of Swords is about feeling betrayed, feeling let down by somebody, feeling left behind. And I feel like this was the person that did this to you, because they're right next to this. And you are in deep thought about this. I feel like this is old energy for some of you, okay? Because you also have the 8 of Swords here. So that's a lot of nervous Nelly energy. Gemini, try not to stay in your head. Try not to allow yourself to get sucked into that whirlpool with the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. It's going to feel perhaps like you are mentally trapped, or like you're mentally feeling stuck or feeling betrayed by somebody here who is like the Emperor or who is like the devil, okay? But you are definitely going to receive communication from this person. Now, in your energy, Gemini, you do have the 10 of Pentacles, and you also have letter on top of this. So I feel like there's massive purchases around this, or you are planning on making some kind of a large purchase here, because this is in your energy. And what I'm also getting from this is, because you have the letter Lenormand on top of the 10 of Pentacles, for those of you who are seeking a better career, or you're seeking a better employment this month, I am seeing that as being extremely, extremely successful this month, because you are completing this and you are going to get an offer with a letter here. And this does have to do with your finances and your stability and your career. And this is in your energy, so you're making this happen, especially if you are moving. If you are moving to a whole different location, I'm actually picking up on big expenditures here in terms of buying a house or buying a new car, whatever goes along with this journey here in terms of, you know, the financial reward or cost of this. That's what I'm seeing here. But being that you do have the 10 of Pentacles in your energy, this is a very good sign in terms of being financially prosperous and successful this month, especially if you are a business owner. And right next to this, you do have the 8 of Swords, and you have Lover on top of this. So this is why I'm saying this person is causing you some strife here. They're causing you some mental conflict. They're causing you some mental pain. And again, I feel like this is old energy because it's a 10. So you're coming to the end of this cycle with this person. Okay, and I feel like you did want to hear from this person. They've been very defensive. They're quite, difficult to get to know. I feel like they're coming back around here. Now, if you are meeting a new person and they come through as the devil or as the Emperor, for example, the Aries energy or the Capricorn energy, just be aware of this, because right next to this you have the 10 of Swords. You are going to be thinking a lot about how this person is affecting you, and the 10 of Swords is not an easy energy. It's a difficult energy. So if anybody's putting you in this mindset, Gemini, what I'm seeing here is it's not worth it, okay? Because they're showing up as the devil. Now, what I'm seeing here is that some of you are experiencing some kind of addictions here, because you do have the devil. And for your romance angel card, which I'll get into in a second, you do have codependency. So for some of you, you are struggling in terms of certain addictions that you are dealing with, or for some of you, this may even be sex addictions, relationship addictions, because this is a love reading. But that's what I'm seeing here for you guys. And also, I did pull some extra cards for you, Gemini. And you actually have the Sun, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Now, this is fantastic. So for those of you who are seeking love, this is very clearly saying that you do have new love coming in here, and it's going to make you very happy. Matter of fact, you're opening up your heart emotionally. Wherever you're moving to, in terms of whether it's an actual location or moving forward, you're opening up your heart with the Ace of Cups here, and it's going to make you happy. And remember, you did have merriment, and you did have the Wheel of Fortune here. So you are putting the plans in action here to bring yourself to a much better place. And this is going to happen very, very quickly, Gemini, because you have the Eight of Wands here. So it's going to happen very, very fast. And for some of you, you're not expecting this. For some of you, you're not expecting moving, or you're not expecting this travel, okay? And I'm seeing here, Gemini, you are very focused on your family, and you're very focused on your own money. And you are going to be receiving more opportunities in that department, okay? And the beginning of March is really about tying up those loose ends and putting an end to certain things that are already dead so that you can move on to something that's waiting to be born, okay? And in terms of the mental, nervous energy, what I'm seeing here is, Gemini, if your mind is running away with you, it's like a wild horse. You can't let it just run away. You have to go out and you have to wrangle it back in the stable. And that's what I'm seeing here with the Ten of Swords, ruin, and the Eight of Swords, interference. So for some of you, you may have been feeling as though in your love life you've been having some interference. And this is creating difficulty in your stability or in your connections with people. And you're thinking this through. You're looking back on past hurts here. And you're looking back on the characters that you're attracting. And you're going to be very clear here, I feel, Gemini, because you're going to be in deep thought about this pain. And I feel like that's going to be a transformation occurring towards the end of March, okay? Now, I do have to caution some people that, again, you're dealing with quite a difficult person here, and then you have the Ten of Swords, okay? Just be aware of that. But you do have the Sun, and you do have the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups, so you do have love coming. You do have better love coming, and for those of you who are planning on moving or planning on changing your life in a big way, I'm seeing that emotionally you're going to be healing. You're going to be healing, and that's where the Sun is coming in, okay? And I did pull some clarifiers for this as well. And you do have Thief, and you have Anger, and then you have Fortune. Now, what I'm getting from this is Geminis are sick and tired of shady people, and it's making you quite angry. Not necessarily bitter, but it's making you very angry that these people are acting shady, or that you've been dealing with this kind of character. The Ten of Swords, right? The Emperor, the Devil. I mean, you've been dealing with people that are not on the up and up here, and it's making you quite angry. And I feel like that's where the transformation's occurring. But you do have Fortune here. So again, it's saying that it's going to get better. It's going to get better all across the board here. And especially in finances and family, that's a focus here. In terms of love, it's going to be challenging because you do have the Eight of Swords with this person, and of course the Ten of Swords, which is actually an ending. So for some of you, just be aware of that. But then again, you do have the Ten of Pentacles here, so that's fantastic. That is wealth, that is prosperity, that is your own stability, and you have message on top of this. So you're going to be receiving a message about this. Okay, so Gemini, I did pull some romance angel cards for you. And you do have love yourself first. And you actually have temperance on top of this, which is perfect. So Spirit is saying to put yourself first this time, because only then are you going to be emotionally balanced. And whenever I see the temperance card, it is my symbol for Spirit's protecting you. So just know that you're protected and put yourself first this time. That's going to make you so much happier in your dating in general, in your dating life. And then you have make the effort and the Five of Pentacles. So what I'm sensing here is, Geminis, you've been feeling like perhaps certain people are not making the effort, and it's making you feel like the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling like you're not getting enough of what you need. And you know, I'm sensing here that a lot of Geminis are, again, frustrated by people who are just simply not putting in the work or putting in the effort. It's almost like Geminis are saying, do I really have to settle for this? And no, if you're saying that to yourself, no, you do not have to settle, ever. And, you know, this can be vice versa too. In a general reading, there can be some people out there who are thinking, you know, maybe Gemini needs to make the effort because maybe somebody else is feeling left out in the cold by you. That is for some people as well. But for the majority of you, again, this is just going back to you feeling as though certain people are not making the effort, and that's quite frustrating. And you also have getting to know each other with the Two of Cups. So Spirit is saying here, take some time to really get to know somebody. Slow it down and really get some, take the time to really know who they are, because only then are you really going to understand if that person is your Two of Cups, okay? Make sure you really are paying attention and getting to know this person. But I'm seeing that there's definitely a new love interest coming in. That's very, very obvious here, okay? And you do have codependency. Now remember, we had the Devil, which is very symbolic of codependency or addictions as well. And right next to the Emperor, it's not necessarily a good energy, okay? Because the Emperor can be very over-controlling, and if they're someone that's experiencing any kind of addiction, that can be very, very out of control. Okay? But you do have codependency, and you also have the Chariot on top of this. So Spirit is saying to work on your codependency issues if there are any that you're experiencing in relationships. And that is going to help you move forward with the Chariot here. And remember, we had Journey. So right now it's about working on the codependency issues, whether it's addictions, whether it's in love, etc. And that is when you're going to move forward with the Chariot. Okay? And you can only really work on this if you do love yourself first, right? Because that's where the emotional balance is going to come from. And especially if you're dealing with people who are not making the effort. Okay, Spirit is really clearly saying to put yourself first and not them. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for your general tarot reading, Gemini, for the month of March. And as always, if you want to get a personal reading with me, you always can at tantrictarotofficial@gmail.com. And I'll talk to you guys next month.